Wow, y'all. I was gonna bring this to y'all late last night, but I actually fell asleep real early, but I'm gonna give it to y'all now. So Kerrion finally spoke out on IG. Now he didn't go into details about all the allegations and stuff that's going on, but let me play y'all a little clip of what happened and then we'll go ahead and discuss it. And of course, I'm gonna hit y'all with the intro. So we'll be right back, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have no tears for this situation because I've spent the last 14 years crying. I'm done crying, Larry.
I got you.
You ain't finna see one tear drop out of me from this situation, Larry. I've cried nights, days. People don't know what I own. People don't know what I got. People don't know what I do. And I like it that way.
Okay.
If I'm broke, if I'm broke, okay. If I'm poor, okay. I'm free. Are you? Are you free? President Person, I don't know the depth of what all of you are dealing with in y'all's personal lives, but whatever mental health problems y'all think I have is still a projection of where all of you are spiritually. I'm the one facing the world right now because God knows I'm ready for this.
But that's what was told to us now. So we went in.
And y'all, everything's been told.
I get how you feel about Franklin. Now, your mom, when was the last time you physically talked to her on the phone? You told me she texted you when all this stuff happened, but she didn't call you. When the last time you talked to her?
I don't know. 5 years? 3 years?
Wait, No, you're not going to tell me that. You haven't talked to your mama on the phone in 5 years?
The same with my daddy.
But you had to talk to your daddy within the last 5 years because that recording you said wasn't that old.
So in other words, Larry, if I don't talk to you for the next 5 years, and then the first time I talk to you, you talk to me crazy, we're going to have a problem.
Okay.
We're going to have a problem. You ain't finna fade on me, and then the first time when we supposed to be rebuilding a relationship, you acting like, what? What?
When was that recording? When you talked to him and he cussed you out? When was that?
A month ago?
It was real recent. And that was the first time in years.
Like what? How I was disrespected?
No, the first time you talked to him in years.
Yeah,
What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2 here. What's up, all my AT-tubers? How y'all doing? How everybody doing? Today is going to be another episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2, hashtag TTRD, and we are talking about Kerrion Franklin. As you guys know, Kerrion recently, well, about a month ago, there was some footage, recording that leaked where he had Kirk Franklin was going off, cussing at his son, and we were kind of confused what's been going on since then. It's been this whole media blitz, and basically they've been trying to reach out to their son and help him, but he's saying he doesn't need help, and yeah, it's a lot going on, and I'm here to break it all down. But make sure you guys have checked out a few episodes prior where I all broke it down for you. But I'm gonna move on to this situation that's going on. First, let me say what's up to everybody in the chat. What's up to my mods? I see Lynn and I see Mina in here. What's up, Rebecca? What's up, baby doll? Queen is in the building. Happy birthday to you. What's up, Queen? Yesterday was her birthday. It was her Kink Say plus 10. So she turned 25. Sad Star, thank you for joining the show. Sajai, Andrea, Shell, I see you in the building. What's up? Oh, Tox is live too right now. What's up, Wendy? And thank you for the cash app, Wendy. And also shout out to Kimmy Renee. for the PayPal. Like I say, you guys can donate $1 or $2. I appreciate it. As always, remember, you don't have to. I don't want y'all to start with that AT2 be begging stuff. Do not start with that this morning. All right. Anyway, y'all. So I went ahead and played like a mesh up of clips that I have from the live. Kerrion did take down the live. He did not save it at all. As you guys know, on Instagram, you can actually save the lives, but he decided not to. Larry Reid was trying to get him to actually save the live because he was like, well, it's your chance to finally tell your story. But what I realize is that Kerrion really doesn't care necessarily about telling his story. I think he's so jaded by what the media has done to him. He doesn't care about it at this point. So I definitely get the other side of the coin, you know. But he still should have told his story. What's up, Pink Butterfly? Thank you for joining the show. Good morning. Y'all know it's early for me, but like I said, I went to bed last night early, so that's why I'm up just like a crackhead and stuff. Anyway, now the title, I did title the show that Kerrion was abandoned by his family. And I think a lot of people think like, okay, well, if you have your family in your life, how are you abandoned? It's more of a mental thing. And I'm not saying Kerrion is crazy. I'm not saying Kirk Franklin's son is crazy. I'm not saying that. But it's a mental thing. I'll give you an example just for me, and then I'll break down their situation. But I actually lived with my dad, and my dad was always there. He was always present in the home. However, he did work a lot, you know? My dad did work a lot. And so there were some key moments where he might have missed or certain things that he wasn't there for. And I may have felt abandoned. And I feel like that's what Kerrion feels. You know, his dad is one of the biggest gospel artists in the world. He might feel that, hey, my dad wasn't really necessarily there for my development. He was there, but he wasn't there. He was so worried about his music and living his life. And so that's what I feel about Kerrion. I did want to break down a few things regarding the audio. Larry Reid, and for those of you who don't know who Larry Reid is, he's actually a gospel artist himself. He does a lot. I don't want to say he tries to expose the church, but he really goes deep into the secrets of the church and how they try to hide things and stuff like that. So Larry Reid, he really does have a good show. Make sure you guys check out his channel if you get a chance to. I'll link it after the show so you guys can watch it because he actually did a review of the whole situation. A lot of people were upset with Larry because he didn't go deep and ask all the certain questions, but it wasn't an interview. Kerrion happened to be on live, so Larry Reid tried to join in with joined in on the live stream, and that's kind of what it was. It was a conversation. It wasn't necessarily an interview. It wasn't something planned. Oh, and Rebecca, I was just going to get into that. Thank you for bringing that up. A guy called CJ tried to sell Kerrion recording to Tasha. Yes. Here's my thing with that situation. I really hate that this CJ guy, and I was going to play you a clip of it, but I don't even want to give him publicity. I hate that CJ guy sold. Well, he claims that he didn't sell the tape. What he claims is that he did try to sell it to Tasha K and other outlets originally when nobody wanted to buy it because they knew it was going to be a lawsuit. Nobody wanted to buy it. He ended up giving it to Armon for free. So Armon is correct. He did not pay for the footage at all. So I totally get that. However, my problem with the CJ guy, something like this should have never been leaked out. I don't think Kerrion, and just from what I'm getting from Kerrion, Kirk Franklin's son, that he doesn't want to give out this information at all. Like, that's why he scapegoated around the whole leaked audio and stuff like that. When Larry had asked him about it, he scapegoated around it because he doesn't want to talk about this at all. You know, that's his own personal story. And so for that CJ guy to leak that information out, ain't no good gonna come from you. Now, he said one of the reasons why is because he felt, you know, him being a victim himself, he felt like that information needed to be put out there. But no, some things do not need to be put out there. Mind your own business, especially something like that. You're not leaking out like, oh, he has like a, his breath stank or something like that. Something small and petty. You're leaking out information about somebody being a victim. That's not right. And yes, I am scapegoating around the word because I don't want you two to be tripping. So, if you didn't watch the previous episodes, you need to go back and watch it. Oh yes, right, Smooth. That wasn't CJ's story to tell. That wasn't his story to tell. And the fact that you try to shop it around. Now I understand they say, oh, you live in LA, and so that's what people do in LA. They shop around stories, try to get money from that. No, that's not an LA thing. That's just being trifling. That's being dirty. That's being some words I can't say because YouTube don't like them words. But y'all get it. Y'all fill in the blank in the comment. You have to be ready to tell your own story because only you exactly. You have to be able to tell your own story, especially something like that. That's not your business to tell somebody's story. I don't care how scandalous it is. And then the fact that you gave the story for free and you didn't get any money off of it now because you couldn't get any money off of it. So you ended up just giving it for free. What's up, Solo? Oh, it's a special day when Solo is in the building. SM said DL did his old stand-up talk. Yeah, and people have been circulating that clip around too as well. So let me ask you guys this, because I always like to get people involved. We all have plenty of information that we have regarding our friends and family that we wouldn't share to the public. Would you personally sell a story to the press if you had a famous friend, or would you keep their business secret? I want to, because, we be judging these people, but we got to put it on ourselves. Press 1 if you would sell a story about your famous friend. Press 2 if you would not do that. And be honest. Don't be lying out there. Remember, press 1 if you would. Press 2 if you would not sell a story about your famous friend. We're going to do a quick countdown, and we'll be right back. Actually, we're going to play a little song, and we'll be right back.
There's a hater in my house. Took a while to figure out. There's no way you could have all that jealousy. A demon is in your heart. 'Cause you shouldn't hate me like that. And you shouldn't treat me like you do. You should adore me, so I'm gonna ignore you. So I'm convinced there's a hater in my pop quiz. Tell me why you hating. Tell me why you're mad at me. Is it 'cause I'm poppin'? Why me? Or could it be that you're filled with jealousy? Why you have so much envy? Is it I want more for me? And you remain the same. There's a hater in my house. So I'm convinced there's a hater in my house.
All right, y'all. So most of y'all said 2. Okay, so how would I answer that question? Depending on... Don't judge me. Judge your mama. Judge your mama. Don't judge me. Depending on how scandalous the story is, I would sell it. Now, something like this situation, no, I would not sell that story. But if it's something petty and I needed a few dollars, I might sell my friends for a little money, for a little change, just a little change, not a lot of change, just a little change, maybe a lot of change too. But it would depend on how much the money is. Don't judge me, like I said, judge your mama. Anyway, just finish up with that CJ guy who sold the recording. He said that, he had been on the phone with Tasha K, and he ended up, after he gave the recording to Armand, he did give the information, the recording to Tasha. So Tasha is going to go ahead and vet the information. and she might put it out, she might not put it out. We don't know. Excuse me. But the CJ guy did end up. Oh, and he also gave an exclusive. He said that he also gave it to another more popular and more credible blogger than Tasha K too as well. So I don't know who it was. It could be. Well, I don't even want to put names out there because if it gets back, AT2 said it. I can't afford nobody lawsuit. Remember, I got negative 1,500 on my bank account. My credit score is negative 300. I'm unemployed, so you ain't getting no money from me. But y'all go ahead and put in the comments what other bloggers you think he sold it to. Anyway, if they're dating a famous person, I would sell the information. If my friend is a celebrity, I would sell the story. Oh, Queen said she wouldn't. She wouldn't. Okay, she said wouldn't. Okay. Who Tasha will put out in. Leave my best friend alone, Rasha. Anyway, to end up with that, Kerrion. So Kerrion was on live for you guys just joining. Kerrion was on live. He let Larry Reid onto the live, and they're just talking. They were having a conversation. It was not an interview. It was just a conversation. They were talking. Some takeaways that I took from it. I guess there was this whole thing about Kerrion's sexuality, what he was. I just think like moving forward, especially in the times that we're on in, I totally got why Kerrion didn't even want to answer or give it light, and he doesn't care what people think about, because people try to use people's sexuality to basically defame them and make fun of them. And so he was kind of like, I am what I am. I'm whatever you think I am and stuff like that. No, I don't think he's gay. I think he's just tired of people putting that on him and basically saying like that's why he's having issues and stuff like that. Like I said, nobody's sexuality should be weaponized at all. He was getting upset when Larry kept saying like, oh, he reminds him of Kirk Franklin, that's his dad and stuff like that. Kerrion was getting very upset. You can tell he was very irritated by it. He's like, no, I'm not my father. But at the end of the day, no matter how much you say I'm not like my parents or I'm not my parents, at the end of the day, you are your parents. You're a reflection of them. You can say like, oh no, I'm totally different. I'm this and that. Like, my name is AT2 and there's the AT senior. Like, I know at the end of the day, like I'm a reflection of my dad, no matter how much I want to be all like, oh no, we're not alike or anything like that. I am a reflection of him. What's up, Susan? Thank you for joining the show. Oh, I didn't even see the whole thing. I didn't even want to give it light. Is that what he was trying to allude to? That he won? Oh, God. All right. Whatever. Okay, moving on. Also, something else that I picked on was that he had stated when Tasha was reaching out to him and stuff like that. Well, a lot of different bloggers were reaching out to him, and he was like, the reason why he was saying like astronomical amount and stuff like that is because he really didn't want to tell his story to anybody. He didn't trust anybody. So I totally got what he meant by that. And basically, he all like, okay, well, if you want me to share my story, then you need to pay me this amount. And so he knew if he said something astronomical that people were going to be like, oh, nah, I'm cool on that, So he did admit to telling people he wanted to be paid for interviews because he did not want to do interviews. That was another takeaway from it. The Tamron Hall show, he also called the Tamron Hall show out for being liars, not Tamron Hall herself, but her people. He said like they contacted him on the 15th. He responded back on the 16th and they didn't get back to him at all. So he didn't refuse the Tamron Hall interview. They had stated that, they contacted him and he didn't reach back out, but he said that's a lie. He did respond back to him, and then that was kind of it, Just catching up on the chat, making sure everything's okay. All right. And so another thing that I took away from it, Larry, he was saying it in a playful way, but he had called Kerrion the N-word, right? And Kerrion was all like, yo, don't call me that, because that's what my dad would say to me. And so you can tell, and and I don't want to keep harp this conversation because depending on what black person you talk to about the N-word, they might have different feelings about it. Personally, for me, I don't like saying it, and I don't like being referenced as that either. But everybody has their own different style in regarding that. It is what it is. Like I said, that's a conversation for another show. But I definitely respect his decision on, hey, don't call me that, because when my dad called me that, it was very hateful and he didn't like that. And he was all like, I would never say that to my dad, so why would he reference me as that? And I agree with him on that, because I don't reference my loved ones with that word at all. Like my loved ones, no, I don't reference them with that word. So I totally got what he was saying regarding that. I respected that. Now, regarding the whole, he hasn't talked to his family in 5 years. A lot of people were really confused. Right, and I agree with you. But a lot of people were confused with the whole 5 years thing. And what he was saying was that if every time I talk to you, it explodes and it's this whole big blow up, then we haven't really talked, right? So that's what he meant by the whole 5 years. He hasn't really talked to them, except, a few text messages and stuff like that. And Larry was kind of asking him, like, well, when was the recording? He was like, okay, well, the recording was a month ago and all that stuff. And he was like, yeah, but I haven't really talked to my dad. He hasn't talked to his mom either. And the thing about his mom is that his mom deals with people with trauma and rehabilitating their life and stuff like that, with gang members and stuff like that. So you think like, well, a woman like that should be able to speak to her son too, right? But sometimes all the therapy and education you have, sometimes they don't work for yourself. Like I think I give great advice, but my advice doesn't help nobody. My advice doesn't help me. It helps other people, but it doesn't help me. It's kind of weird talking about it, but that's how I feel sometimes. What's up, Chair Fit for Fun? Thank you for joining the show. Did you guys see the interview yesterday that I did with Vivian? It was very, very good. Wow, we had a really good conversation, and there's definitely going to be a part 2 to it as well. What's up, God is my protector? Kerrion needs to get emotional and mental help. He's inspired. See, here's my thing. I don't think he has any mental issues. I really don't think he has any mental issues. He said something about like, you guys are going to spin it and stuff like that. And now he is very long-winded and he does talk in circles. Like the whole time he was talking, I was really confused. I got dizzy. I passed out, got dizzy again, passed out again, woke back up, got dizzy, passed out, because he was talking in circles and it was like a lot of, and you're kind of like, what are you saying? But when you read between the lines, you had to read between the lines and you were able to get what he was saying. For those of you just joining in, I'm going to go ahead and play the clip again so you guys can go ahead and get kind of an idea. And these are just clips. You can look it up on YouTube. They're all over the internet, and you can see the full thing.
Yeah.
I don't have no tears for this situation because I've spent the last 14 years crying. I'm done crying, Larry.
I got you.
You ain't finna see one teardrop out of me from this situation, Larry. I've cried nights, days. People don't know what I own. People don't know what I got. People don't know what I do. And I like it that way.
Okay.
If I'm broke, if I'm broke, okay. If I'm poor, okay. I'm free. Are you? Are you free? Present person. I don't know the depth of what all of you are dealing with in y'all's personal lives, but whatever mental health problems y'all think I have is still a projection of where all of you are spiritually. I'm the one facing the world right now because God knows I'm ready for this.
But that's what was told to us now. So we went in.
And y'all, everything's been told.
I get how you feel about Franklin. Now, your mom, when was the last time you physically talked to her on the phone? You told me she texted you when all this stuff happened, but she didn't call you. When the last time you talked to her?
I don't know. 5 years? 3 years?
Wait, No, you're not going to tell me that. You haven't talked to your mama on the phone in 5 years?
The same with my daddy.
But you had to talk to your daddy within the last 5 years because that recording you said wasn't that old.
So in other words, Larry, if I don't talk to you for the next 5 years, and then the first time I talk to you, talk to me crazy, we're gonna have a problem.
Okay.
We're gonna have a problem. You ain't finna fade on me, and then the first time when we supposed to be rebuilding a relationship, you acting like what?
When was that recording? When you talked to him and he cussed you out? When was that?
A month ago.
It was real recent. And that was the first time in years.
Like what? How I was disrespected?
No, the first time you talked to him in years.
Yeah,
Okay, something is not right with him. He's 32. For Christ's sake, grow up. If I'm broke, that's the issue. Dad got everything he wants. It's jealousy. So okay, I can respect that. I honestly think that there's some truth from both sides. I think there's some truth in both parties. I think extremely Kirk Franklin and the mom are not telling the whole truth, and I feel like Kerrion is not telling the whole truth either. I think both parties obviously have communication issues, you know? Okay. I guess everybody thinks he is suffering from something. Okay. Do you think that he might be just emotionally damaged, or do y'all think that he does have some mental issues? Press 1 if you think he's emotionally damaged. Press 2 if you think that he has some mental issues. Let's go ahead and do another poll. Here we go. Okay, you know what? I should have said 3 if you think he has like all of the above. He possibly somebody said drugs. Okay, it probably could be D, all of the above. Oh, you know what? This would be a great town hall on this one. If black parents are so great at parenting and discipline, why are the streets and prisons and funeral homes filled with black bodies? Soulful moment. I think you would have to look into the deeper issues of the trauma and the things that black people have been through as well. A lot of issues within our communities and the economic stance that we are in. That has a lot to do with it. Also, the way we are treated in society has a lot to do with it. That's a little bit deeper. I can't say, and that's why even though you put that up, I am glad that you did, because I think when it comes to our parents, there's a lot to it for the reasons why certain things are the way they are. However, there's a lot more to that, and I appreciate you for bringing that up, because I feel like that would be a great town hall discussion. Anyway, moving on. I blame the Bible thumpers. Oh Lord, y'all gonna have. Yeah. I do think it's something, and I believe it was Smooth who brought it up as well too. I think there's a lot to be said when it comes to the church. I think sometimes the church kind of gets your mind boggled, and like sometimes you can't have a real conversation with people. And I think when they try to throw religion at you, you get defensive. You automatically get on defense mode. The church is filled with a lot of people suffering. Yes, it definitely is, and some people think like you just pray on it and it goes away. Yes, I do believe in prayer. I actually pray a lot. But the whole thing is that, and here I go preaching. The whole thing is that you need to put in the work. You need to do the work, you know. And I don't mean put in the work like Derek Jackson, because he said, "Oh, he all godly," and yeah, whatever. But yeah, you do need to put in the work. I do believe in prayer, but you definitely need to put in the work as well too. Um, Somebody said Catholic priest say no more. Y'all, see, this is the problem. See, I'm gonna get the one with the backlash, but y'all gonna be okay. That's right. um, he's in his 30s. Where is his career? He's a little boy. Kirk's self-made, tired of you. So you really, Goddess, you really think he's jealous of his father? I don't think he's jealous. Weaponizes with the Bible. Yes, it definitely is weaponized. I agree with that. I don't think he's jealous at all. I think he's very hurt, and he is abandoned. Like I explained earlier in the show, when I mean by abandoned, I don't mean his dad was never there. What I mean by abandoned is that his dad probably put a lot of focus in his career. It's very demanding. And so there was no time for them to actually have a relationship and actually heal. You know what I mean? There's a lot of moments that his dad probably missed from working so much, There were really moments that Kerrion probably felt like he should have been there and he wasn't there. There's probably some kind of disconnect, especially we were just talking about the church. He probably told him, just pray on it and everything will be okay, and not really have that relationship or that bond as a human being with his son. It's a lot deeper. You know what I mean? It's a lot deeper. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I don't think all the way he might have some emotional damage, but I don't think necessarily he has mental health issues. I can't put them on that. Jason said, if the words of the Bible are not for Kirk's son, then who the F are we to per the covenant? Yeah. All viewpoints are appreciated. Yes, definitely. And I appreciate all of you. And like I said, I never want you guys to feel like you guys need to agree with me. I appreciate that you guys don't agree with me, because you guys are real people. I don't want to run a cult around here. A lot of your favorite YouTubers have cults. I don't have a cult around here. We're family. And I'm not going to say who I'm talking about. But you know who they are. Moving on. Let me try to get some comments. Prayer minus work equals right, Dazzle. I like what you said. Prayer minus work, no results. Yes. Layla, at his age, his family resources, he should be deep in career by now. Well, he says he does music, and I think like sometimes we think like if you ain't on the charts like Cardi B or anything. What's up, Bianca? Thank you for joining the show. Sometimes we think like if you ain't on the charts like Cardi B, that means that you're not successful. But I know he is an independent artist, and he does work in like production and stuff like that. So I think I wouldn't say he's not successful. He's probably not gonna have a career like his father. Like for example, Beyonce and Jay-Z, they're two of the biggest stars ever. I don't know if Blue Ivy and the other two are going to have the same career as their parents. That's going to be hard because they set that bar so high. It's going to be hard for them to have the same kind of career. So I wouldn't say it would be hard. It's difficult, Tracy Ellis Ross and Diana Ross. Diana Ross is the mom, and Tracy Ellis Ross is on Blackish. She has her own career and stuff like that. But Diana Ross is still that icon. I don't think Tracy Ellis Ross is an icon necessarily. She does have a career. That would be hard to say, And I'm not dissing Tracy Ellis Ross, all black women not protecting the son are hypocrisy for. Oh, I did not realize this comment said it. I wouldn't have left it on there. Jason, you got to explain that a little bit more. Let me see. What's up, Very Ambitious? Let me put your comment up there. He's still broken. If haven't been through it, you go in to try and pick the worst. Being broken doesn't equal drugs. Listen to him rather. If circle the truth is right before your eyes. Okay, that's a good way of putting it. Now, I'm gonna leave this. His older unclaimed children. See, y'all gonna have me. See, that's why y'all need to donate $1 or $2 to the Cash App, because y'all want me to get lawyers and stuff like that, because y'all gonna have me fired or my channel taken down. All right, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and play another commercial, and we'll be right back.
Hey everybody, it's your boy AT2 here. My hands are a little ashy, but don't mind that. Anyway, y'all know we hear about the dating game. Y'all want to know what's going on, AT2, what's going on? Well, I need more people to participate in the game. But hold up, I got a bachelor here going to be a part of the show. Y'all all know who he is, So Much Dev. Make sure you guys go ahead and check him out.
Hi, I'm So Much Dev. I enjoy long walks on the beach, late night codas, and road trips. I'm looking for somebody who enjoys life, has a great sense of humor, a bubbly personality, and that just likes to try new things. I hope I can see you soon.
Let us know if you want to be a contestant on the show to win his love and affection. All right, y'all, don't forget, hit me up at at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. Again, that's at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. See you soon.
All right, y'all, we are back. So, originally I wasn't going to do this. Like I said, I don't want any cussing or anything like that, but I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. You do have to show your face unless I have seen you or talked to you or you've been on the show before. Then you don't have to, but you do have to show your face if you're new to the show. Dude is homeless in his mid-30s. He could be living from couch to couch or place to place. I don't think that's probably the right thing to be doing. But hey, if it works for him, it works for him. You know, a lot of jobs are like gig jobs when you're in Hollywood and stuff like that. It's gig jobs, so possibly he can't afford to have like a steady place if he doesn't have steady income coming in. Now he said that he's free. He did claim that he's not broke or anything like that. He has his own money, so that's to be expected, you know. Hey, Danielle, thank you for joining the show. God is my protector said. They have said that they have tried therapy. It's not like that. They haven't tried with him. He's jealous, vindictive. His dad is not perfect. Yeah, I think all parties involved are to blame for this. His parents, Kerrion, they're all to blame for this. Like, nobody is innocent. There is definitely a communication issue. I'm going to go ahead and let Dazzle on the show. Now, Dazzle, don't be cussing, because you know they already don't give me my views and everything that I need, but don't be cussing on this show. What's up, Dazzle?
Hey, how are you?
Good. I'm happy to have you back on the show. It's been a minute, huh?
Yes, it's been a long minute. So I had to jump on and just say whatever I was going to say.
What you wanted to add on to the show?
Really, like, I kind of felt like when everything first happened and you would go on, when I went on Kirk Franklin's Instagram, like, and I seen his comment section, it was just so crazy how people were like bombarding him, like supporting him and putting up Bible quotes and bashing his son and everything. And I was like, wow, like, so you guys immediately, you know, I felt like it was a call because you immediately was happy. I mean, you was immediately believed Kirk Franklin and not his son. Like, so what you're saying is anything his son is saying is invalid. Like, his feelings aren't valid. So anything that he says is wrong. That was one. And two, I didn't like how his sister, you know, I mean, I feel like his sister should never have even like did any type of response video on the live, anything. Because, I mean, that was a situation between your half-brother and your dad. You don't know how your dad treated your half-brother. You're the youngest, aren't you? So you don't know how that feels. You're getting what he's not getting a lot of times. Like, basically, you're the youngest, and you're his second wife's daughter. So it's like whatever you're getting may be way different from whatever he's getting.
Right.
So
we all have different relationships with our parents, you know, when it comes to each and every one of your siblings and stuff like that. You have a different relationship. So your story might be different from theirs. You know, I would say I'm more of the black sheep compared to my other siblings. What about you? Are you the black sheep?
Well, I'm the baby, but technically I'm the black sheep because it's like I always did things different. You know, I wasn't like, you know, they always call me odd or different. Like, is it like, you know, like even what I do now, my sister and my brother wasn't doing that. I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like right. I like different stuff. I dress different. I talk different.
Especially when you're a YouTuber, they're all like, turn off that damn camera. I don't care about that. You know, they don't get you till later on in life, and then they start calling you brave. You become iconic within your own family. Like, oh, like this is the stuff that she does. Like, it's different. Like, but it's a good different when you get older. But I feel like with the sister though, I feel like when she kept like clowning him, it was almost in a way of clowning him when she was calling him can I say that word? A C-head? Crackhead?
Yeah. She was calling him a crackhead. And I'm like, okay, well, if you're trying to like help your brother and you're trying to get him to stop, why are you out in the fact that he's a crackhead, allegedly? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that was in a way of taunting him. So basically you're looking down on him. To me, I felt that. I don't know. It was in the way of looking down on him. So basically, he was right when he said he was feeling shunned. And I'm like, well, damn, there you go. That's how she really feels about you.
Right. Because any dispute that I have with my family, I'm not taking it publicly, and I'm not going to go on IG Live. I'm going to try to reach out to that family member. You know, I have family members that I don't talk to and that I do want to rebuild relationships with, but I wouldn't put that all out there for everybody to know unless there's a story to tell where there's some kind of re-healing that needs to happen. But other than that, I'm not going to run to the press. And like, I like that you brought up that so many people just had Kirk Franklin's back automatically. But at the end of the day, we need to be holding these parents accountable because these parents be the one.
Because his mom she didn't sound like a mother when she was talking in the interview to me. It sounded like she was more so pushing a gospel narrative in a sense, like, you know, she's talking about the Bible, but then she paused and say, well, if you feel like someone's going to harm you, you need to do this, that, and the third. I'm like, that don't sound like you talking to your son. It sound like you're like distant. And I'm like, hold on. So is it that, like, I feel like, you know, after a while, I feel like people, you know, when they're really deep inside a religion, if you don't fit that cookie cutter mold, as in like you don't fit how you want, they don't fit their lifestyle, it's like they cast them out in a sense. And I kind of felt like his mama like chose a side too. Like everybody just chose Kirk Franklin's side. I'm like, well, dang. Like, even if he did have mental illness, I'm like, well, y'all just threw him away. That's what it sounds like. Like, y'all that tired of him, y'all just threw him away. Okay. I hate to see what y'all do to y'all enemies.
Right, exactly. It says a lot that that his mom did come out and speak, because we never knew about this other woman, you know, to tell you the truth. I didn't know that Kirk Franklin's son had a whole different mom. I thought he was always, I think Tammy is his wife's name. I thought he was always with Tammy. So I was confused when all of a sudden you see the mom come out of nowhere and it's all like, oh, wait, you have a mom? Like, that's not your mom. Oh, like, I felt like she really didn't need to, a lot of people saying she talked for the money, but I didn't really feel like she needed to come out and say anything because we didn't know her. We didn't know who she was. So it was kind of weird that instead of her being
funny that his life is portrayed like this, like the forefront of everything is your new wife, your family, and then like you have a bonus child by your wife and she has a bonus child by you, but that's it. It's kind of like it was a whole picture perfect scene in a way, and nothing was going on. I kind of find that funny. I don't know.
Exactly. And do you think because of the whole religion thing, maybe they couldn't be honest about everything, and so they are trying to protect their image, and that's why they're going on the Tamron Hall show and all these different talk shows, talking to people and trying to, because it seemed like damage control more than trying to get their son help. If he really does need help,
yeah, because I actually seen in the comment section when he did the apology video on IG, his son literally did like comment and say like, well, you apologize, basically on the lines of you apologize to your fans but not me, basically. All right, so I'm like, that is kind of funny though, because if the first thing I would think that you would do as a parent, you know what I'm saying, is at the end of the day, if enough is enough, I don't care how old you are, enough is enough, right? You went online and stuff, I'm gonna confront my child over the phone or in person, something. I'm going to go directly to my child if they're an adult or a child, period, and get to the bottom of it. And I'm like, well, shoot, at the end of the day, I may not like your behavior, but whatever I've done to you, I apologize. Because at the end of the day, I mean, if you can at least accept the fact that, hey, maybe I did say something to him to make him feel this way or do something or didn't do something. Like, you ever seen like older people apologize to their kids and they're like, well, I apologize for whatever I did or didn't do for you, and just kept it at that. Right. I mean, honestly, I feel like that is simple. You could have told him that before you went online and told everybody else that. I mean, right. I don't know. I just thought that could have been squashed for real. And that person who leaked that audio tape, I'm kind of feeling some type of way about that too, because I'm like, well, dang, Kerrion ain't got no other friends that we know of, and the only friends that he know of is this person and that girl recording him behind his back.
Right. I didn't even put two and two together, but basically he is alone when you think about it, because those aren't his friends. Who would leak something like that out? You know what I mean? Like, why would you do something like that?
They will never be your friend.
I never thought about it like that, but he doesn't have anybody, that's why he is abandoned. He is abandoned. He doesn't have anybody.
Because I'm like, where's your real friends at? Because your real friends wouldn't just record you saying that. And matter of fact, your real friends wouldn't be having conversations prior to the recording about you may or may not being the R word. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it was alluding to when he said, oh, I knew it. And then the fact that you intentionally put on Kirk Franklin's song to get a reaction out of him, that is sick. If you really care about victims.
Right, exactly. If you really cared about victims. And I also felt that, him saying like, oh, well, I've been through a similar situation and I felt like it needed to be told. That wasn't, like someone said earlier, that wasn't your story to tell. Why would you tell somebody else's story?
Yeah. Like that Jaguar situation, that's what it was giving me. It was giving me those type of teas. Like, why are you telling someone else's story? I mean, if you've been victimized before. Doesn't make sense to me. But I just see a lot of things that it's like, okay, we can blame Kerrion. Okay, Kerrion is wrong. But guess what? It's more than with the truth. It's more than just one truth. It's a lot of truths. It's a lot of truths that go into one big truth. So could it be true that he wrong for blasting his father? Yeah. But could it also be true that his father did make him feel some type of way? Yes. So at this point, I feel like they need personal therapy and then get back to each other and have family therapy.
Right. Let me ask you one last question before I let you go, Dazzle. What did the cards tell you about this?
The same thing I'm telling you. No, I did a live about it actually, and it was a long live too. But I did a live about it, and basically it was more so about like, it's like you choosing sides. Like, this is where it goes wrong at. It's like y'all can heal, y'all can actually come back together. Will y'all relationship literally be the same? No. But however, y'all can move past that. But the problem is when people choose sides, you throw religion in there, you throw money in there too, because Kirk Franklin is the breadwinner and stuff like that. You owe more allegiance to him. You know what I'm saying? You chose a side. His mama chose a side. his sister chose a side, the media chose a side, and it's like it's not really getting into the personal issues. So I feel like personally they need to do personal healing first and then think about having family therapy and stuff like that. Because
Right.
if you're saying that when he can't really have a real conversation with his family within 5 minutes before they get into an argument, that's some deep rooted issues that's not being addressed. And
Right.
you can't have a whole family therapy session if y'all individual needs aren't being met first. So that's how I feel about that.
Right. And Susan, thank you. My personal opinion is that they need to resolve all of this off the internet. They need a family intervention in a private setting. This new age internet is really destroying families. Yeah, I do think it is. I really do.
Personally, I do think it's some mental issues there.
Okay, personally, you think there is some mental issues? Okay. A lot of y'all don't. A lot of y'all think it is some kind of mental issues or something going on. I would have to say that maybe it started out as emotional issues and it has turned out mental. Like I do think that.
Hold on. Your comment. It was a comment that said they were going to therapy for years and his father stopped going. You know why? Because were they going to individual therapy first, or were they just going to family therapy?
Oh, that's a good point. Let me let Wendy on here. I'm gonna keep you Dazzle. What's up, Wendy?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, AT, how are you?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What did you want to add to the conversation?
Well, I think for the son, you guys have to remember too that when he was born, they were both younger, not married, so on and so forth. So I know for like my daughters, when their father moved on and got remarried and started a new family, it kind of makes the other kids, the firstborn kids, feel some kind of way about it. And it's something that I think that he's been held on to for the longest time that hasn't been dealt with.
Ooh, that could be too. I never thought about it like that, but you know,
because
they
what
did
it makes them feel,
parents.
yeah, because what it makes the firstborn kids feel like, and I've gone through this personally, it makes the firstborn kids feel like they ain't worth nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
I
it's like you can bring God into it as many times as you want to, but have you dealt with how your child feels about you moving on and creating a whole entire new family?
Right, because there will be a little resentment because I do have a stepmom and stuff like that. And I may have never felt like there was some kind of resentment or something like that, but my actions might have showed something different, that there was a resentment. And let me just put this out there and be honest. I'm so happy that my parents aren't together because my parents broke up when I was like really young. So I don't remember them being together, which I feel like that's a blessing for me, not having my
Yeah.
parents together, because I don't remember that. So I never feel like I had that resentment, like, oh, I wish my parents were together. No, they would be horrible together, and they have two different personalities. It was never going to work. I would rather have my parents be separate and not be together and be happy than for me to be miserable my whole life and my parents separate when I'm 18 because they just stay together to keep the family together. I just want to give a message to everybody out there. If you're in a toxic relationship and the relationship does not work, get out the relationship. Go ahead, Wendy.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because too, remember, he say something along the lines of, "Little girl, you stole my daddy" or something.
I didn't hear that in the live that was yesterday. If he said that, that must have been in another video. I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, I think he had said something about, "Little girl, you stole my daddy" or something. So see, that to me sounds more like he does have that whole jealousy thing. It wasn't dealt with properly. Now, like I said before, I couldn't be the one to talk to my children like that, no matter what they did.
Oh, we got a confirmation.
I have,
Smooth said yes. He posted it on her IG. So you are correct, Wendy.
Yeah, so see, to me, that makes him feel like, little girl, you stole my dad. It's something that hasn't been dealt with, that he's been carried on for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like you're making your firstborn child feel like he wasn't important. Did you take him along for the ride, or did you just leave him to the side?
That's why I say he probably feels abandoned, because he probably felt left to the side. He didn't feel that he was really a part of his childhood or his development. You know, he was the breadwinner. You know, he made the money. He was out there, the celebrity life and everything like that. But he probably wasn't there in the mental sense for his son. You know, I do agree with you on that.
But
I
yeah,
also just want to say I love you, AT.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Dazzle, what were you saying?
I kind of feel like but when we start talking about how old he is now at 33, well, you know, I don't know if it's gonna hit him or not, but I'm about to be 31 this year, right? And it's a lot of stuff that happened to me when I was growing up that I should be online saying stuff like he's saying, right? But I feel like, you know, it's almost like living in the past. It's like if you live in the past for too long, it's like you're not really embracing what you got going right now. And I feel like at 33, I feel like, you know, you have to mend whatever's could be men, and just if it can't be men, leave it alone and move on. So I do feel like because sometimes I had to learn, sometimes people are not going to apologize to you.
Right.
Because you have to be okay with that. So you going online demanding an apology, that doesn't mean that you're going to get one. So that with that too, and I just feel like that's why I said maybe he needs personal therapy, like he needs individual therapy, because you as a grown person, you have to understand that at some point, sometimes people will never see what they did to you was wrong.
And I do like that you brought that up. They need individual therapy before they do family therapy. I thought that was very good. All right, y'all. We almost coming up to that hour mark. So I'm going to start with Wendy. Then I'm going to go to Dazzle. What is your hope for the family?
You know, first of all, that they learn to keep these types of things within the home. Because once you take it, you know, outside the home, everybody's going to have a say-so about it. And that basically interrupts what you are trying to accomplish. You know what I mean? So my hope for them is that they all just rally together and do the counseling, keep it quiet, keep it in-house, you know, and resolve it. Everybody is humans in the whole entire situation. The mother, I do think she does need to come in and be a little bit more active, and not just, you know, with the whole God thing about it. God is there. God's always going to be there. But it's about what's going on within the son.
Ooh, I definitely agree with you. And people are loving you. They agree with you, Wendy. And I appreciate you coming on camera.
Thank you, guys. Oh, no. Well, listen, you have rules, you know, so you got to go by AT2's rules. You don't like the rules, then don't get on.
Right. And Dazzle, what is your hope for the family in the future?
Well, honestly, I hope that they can resolve whatever issues they got going on. Pick up the pieces and keep going. Because at this point, okay, everyone knows that he has a problem with the family. Fine. Okay, at this point now, what are we going to do? Because it's not going to get any better. So I feel like they just need to just resolve it privately, do whatever needs to be done, and just move on. We can't just live in this type of moment. If we think about it, if last year even taught you anything, it should be like you need to love on people a little bit better. So I feel like, you know, life is too short to really put all your business out on the internet and think it's going to get fixed that way. It's got to be something else. So that's how I feel. I hope, you know, they find where things went wrong at and they just love on each other and move on. That's the only thing you can do.
I definitely agree with that. Y'all basically said everything that I was going to say. The only thing I want to add is that it's probably best if they talk to each other and stay off of social media. That's the only thing I want to add to that. But Dazzle, go ahead and give the people your information where they can find you at.
You can find me at Dazzle.Tarot. I am a tarot reader, intuitive reader. You know, I focus on love and life path, all this other stuff. I also talk about juicy stuff on my tarot channel, like celebrity gossip and all that good stuff. So you can check me out. And I do free readings, on my channel sometimes, but I really do like private readings, and they don't cost that much. The rates are normally underneath in the description box. So just check me out. And like I like to tell AT2 is that I'm not for everybody, but for those I'm for. Love me.
And Very Ambitious says she loves your hair.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's about to get done again. Oh, yeah, Friday I'm getting married. So this is going to be different.
Oh, congratulations.
So I can't wait, y'all.
That's so awesome. Is there any way we can watch it virtually, or are you going to have pictures or anything?
Well, let me tell you. So I never did this before, but mind you, in DC, they're still doing virtual court or WebEx or whatever, because it's not in person because of the pandemic. So we're going to have two weddings. It's going to be one on Friday. It's going to be a civil union in virtual court. And then it's going to be another one in July. So I'm focused, I'm just trying to get this part out, and then I can really focus on my whole big old wedding. It's going to be an outdoor wedding. It's going to be cute. But yeah, so basically, with the one on WebEx, basically you can, if I send the link, you can join in, basically. So
I know whatchamacallit. I've been trying to hook up with Yvette, and I'm supposed to try to come out to the DMV. So you might have a special guest at your July wedding. So I'll put it into existence. You might see AT2 there.
Oh, that'll be so fun.
Right. And Wendy, go ahead and give the people your information where they can find you at on social media.
Well, not social media so much, but you can find me on a school bus driving it somewhere near you, protecting your children.
Hey! Yes. And be safe out there, too. And I love that you got your mask, too.
Yeah, I was in the midst of my little break, so I'm going to have to go back in a few minutes. So thank you for having me on.
Of course. And thank you guys for coming on. I love y'all both. I'll talk to y'all later.
Love you, AT.
That was dope. Thank you guys for joining the show. I really do appreciate that. All right, y'all. We about to get the heck up out of here. Today was a great show. We had a lot of good conversation. I want to say thank you to all my AT-tubers out there for keeping the chat going, keeping the chat live. Congratulations to Dazzle. I love having Wendy come on camera. That was her first time on camera. I've talked to her in the DM and stuff like that. Love having her on. Man, today was a great show. Like we said, I hope that, this family can come together. Unless something significant happens, I probably won't be talking about this whole situation again. I feel that it needs to be handled offline at this point. And by keep bringing it up and reiterating it, it ain't going to do no good for the family. Kirk, reach out to your son. Sean, who's the mother, reach out to your son, the stepmom, siblings, all that. Reach out to your family member. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Whatever that song is. Touch somebody's hand. Other than that, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. That's how we get on the algorithm. You like, share, subscribe. And also, if you want to donate to the show, go ahead and drop $1 or $2. My cell phone bill is actually due today. But go ahead and drop $1 or $2 in the Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. Remember, you don't have to. If you want to, you can. You don't have to. Don't start that begging stuff. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to hit y'all with a commercial, and we out of here. Deuces, y'all. Everybody, it's your boy AT2 here. My hands are a little ashy, but don't mind that. Anyway, y'all know we hear about the dating game. Y'all want to know what's going on, AT2, what's going on? Well, I need more people to participate in the game. But hold up, I got a bachelor here going to be a part of the show. Y'all all know who he is, So Much Dev. Make sure you guys go ahead and check him out.
Hi, I'm So Much Dev. I enjoy long walks on the beach, late night codas, and road trips. I'm looking for somebody who enjoys life, has a great sense of humor, a bubbly personality, and that just likes to try new things. I hope I can see you soon.
Let us know if you want to be a contestant on the show to win his love and affection. All right, y'all, don't forget, hit me up at at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. Again, that's at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. See you soon. There's a hater in my house. Took a while to figure out. There's no way you could have all that jealousy. A demon is in your heart. 'Cause you shouldn't hate me like that. And you shouldn't treat me like you do. You should adore me, so I'm gonna ignore you. So I'm convinced there's a hater in my pop quiz. Tell me why you hate in. Tell me why you're mad at me. Is it 'cause I'm poppin'? Why me? Or could it be that you're filled with jealousy? Why you have so much envy? Is it I want more for me? And you remain the same. There's a hater in my house. So I'm convinced there's a